What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Urban Impact Show. We are back for what week is this in the year? Are we on the 8th week of the year?
I think February's so short, you
So,
know?
yeah.
Maybe 7th.
The 7th week of the So the 7th week of the year.
Yes.
We're back for another episode of the Urban Impact Show. And we are super excited. This show is geared towards trying to make sure that we talk about what's happening in the black community, what's happening across the state of Iowa, and what's also happening nationally, focused on a lot of our black leaders. You can see we have two black leaders sitting to the left and the right of me, and they are
Brittany Janelle.
and
Dewana Bradley.
and we're live from the studio. Whew, good save. We live from the studio here in Windsor Heights. And if you would like to book this space, you can call 515-996-0326. If you would like to book this space, you can call 515-996-0326. Brittany, tell me about your weekend.
It was awesome.
What made it so awesome?
Spent some time with the fam. I worked a little bit, but not a lot. Spent some time with the fam and just relax. I felt like I needed to catch up on some chill, relaxed time. So
Yeah.
What about you?
Dewana, how was your weekend?
School weekend, so, that means I don't have a life during those weekends since stayed in the house. But I know later we might have a little time for hot topics. I just want to give a shout out to Kansas City Chiefs. Very excited to watch that game. I want to give a shout out to Rihanna because, hey, that was great.
On her. She did so good.
Exactly. I thought she too. Look, here's the deal. She's pregnant, right? I know Rob's not into this, but we were texting back and forth because we were like, is she pregnant? Yeah.
Calling it the Rihanna concert and that two teams were playing.
Well, it's because she hasn't performed in years. So this
Yeah.
is the closest thing that people got to a concert.
Just make sure this is good coming out your mouth here, okay?
Yeah, well, number one, because I'm being glared at. Glared.
My daughter loves Rihanna, y'all. Just
So I'm not
going
to say anything until I'm safely outside of the building, and then
exactly.
I'll put it on my Twitter page. But I would like to say shout out to the Bears for all they do every year. Whether they make it or not, you know what I'm saying? I'm Chi-Town to the day I die, so we Chicago, Bears, Bulls, whatever.
You've got a supporter in the crowd. Okay, it's all good. You got a supporter. All right, that's good.
Half of y'all ain't even Chiefs fans. Where did all these Chiefs fans come from?
We became I became an inherited Chiefs fan. Let me just put it out there, okay?
Who is it your dad or your mom or your brother?
No, it's the kid's dad. So he's not alive anymore,
you know
but
what?
he was a huge Chiefs fan. So when he passed away, we just kind of took on the torch of, hey, we're going to be Chiefs fans.
And my dad's family lived in Kansas City all my life. They are all Chiefs fans. And I think for me, it was a great game. And they won. They did they had an awesome season.
It was a good game, though. I think that at the end of the day, we can say anything about Super Bowl games. You want a good game.
Yeah,
you don't want to blow out where it's like you're done by the first half.
I don't want
I'm just saying it was a good game. For the little knowledge I have, about football, it was a good game to me.
I will say, it came down. It was a back and forth. It was a shootout. I will say that was fun. Yeah. I spent so much time jumping from Super Bowl party to Super Bowl party. I never even watched the full game, nor did I watch the mediocre concert that took place. So, it was. But I will say though, that commercial where it looked like they changed the channel.
Oh my God! I thought my son.
That was cool that they actually, to me, so Super Bowl commercials to me have always been they got to be funny. Yeah. The Dorito. I'll never forget the Dorito commercial where he slaps the grown man, where he said, "Keep your hand off my mama." Keep your hand off my Doritos.
And there's always a good M&M one too, an M&M commercial.
That is true. And the Budweiser with the horses, right?
That's true.
And so they I look forward to those. Even if the Bears aren't playing,
right?
I look forward.
I have made it to the.
Ooh. I look forward. I look forward.
Hey, it was a good question.
I look forward. You co-sign?
I'm just saying, it was a good question.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Oh, it's time for our first session. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's why he's in the middle. We kind of just sandwich him in, you know, a little bit.
Crazy. Point of personal privilege, I do want to say thank you to our viewers. Everybody, we will be putting our information out there for you to donate to the Urban Impact Show. You'll start hearing us say that a lot more as we get closer and closer to the middle of the year, because Juneteenth is a big, big part of what we do. So Iowa Urban Media, which is the governing body for the Urban Magazine, for the Urban Impact Show. Dang, what else? It
covers Juneteenth as
well.
Juneteenth, so we'll be covering Juneteenth, yeah.
The gas drive, the Code Red, the mental health piece. Yeah. So all of that stuff plays a major role in it. So we'll be right back. Thank you all for watching so much. We'll be right back. We're coming back with our first segment, which is you, Brittany.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. We'll be right back with our first segment. thumbs up. And we're back. Hi, how are you? So, we're back here on the Urban Impact Show. This is just a quick segment in here because we support Black-owned businesses, which includes our baby girls who are entrepreneurs doing Girl Scout cookies. If y'all remember last year, we did Rosie, who came and did Girl Scout cookies. And please, we're open. So if you got Girl Scout cookies, come on. We're open. So let us know. But we have a special guest in the studio. Tell me your first name. Aubrey. And Aubrey, so you have Girl Scout cookies, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So tell us a little bit about. So why are you doing the Girl Scout cookies? Why are you a Girl Scout? Why do you like it? I like to get to have fun stuff. You get to have fun stuff? See, that's good. So what caused so raising this money, where does it go? And does it help fund the other stuff that you all do at the Girl Scouts? Okay. How much are the cookies? $5. A box? And where can they get Girl Scout cookies from? Me. All right, and so how can they get a hold of you? Like, do they message your mom? Do they send a message somewhere? How do they get a hold of you? My mom. Your mom. Who's your mom? What's her last name? Smith. All right. Now, anything else you want to say about the Girl Scout cookies before we go? Thank you. All right, you did a good job.
Great job.
Good job. All right, y'all, we'll be right back with our next guest coming up, which will be Brittany's guest coming up, talking about the Black Business highlight here on the Urban Impact Show. Shout out to the whole team. We'll be right back. You're watching the Urban Impact Show.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I am your host, Brittany, and today I have my guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Rosie Daniel.
And the name of your business?
Lulit's Hair Essence.
So how did you start Lulit's Hair Essence?
A personal alopecia experience. I had alopecia for years. I even got the injections, and my daughter ended up with alopecia in first grade. Oh. And I just didn't want her to have to go through the trauma and everything that I had to go through with.
So you researched all of that and just created your own oil?
Self-taught.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yes, all I knew is what I wanted it to do. I used to always have a bald spot on top of my head. And just researching the oils, I just knew what I wanted it to do. And I just prayed and asked God to show me, what I needed to be doing. And self-taught everything.
Wow, that's awesome. How long have you had your business?
I started in July of 2019.
Oh, okay.
After coming off of my job from a shoulder surgery, I just didn't want to deal with it.
Right before COVID hit.
It was right before COVID, and like I said, self-taught, didn't know what I was really doing, just sent out products to different peoples in different areas, and feedback, and it's just the grace of God. I didn't have to change anything. I haven't had to change a herb or anything since then.
So were you your first customer essentially, or your daughter?
Me.
You. And so how long did it take once you created what this oil was going to be for you to start seeing results?
I started seeing results within 7 to 14 days.
Oh, wow.
And the growth because like I said, I did injections. I did have injections in the top of my head, and it just hurted so bad that I knew I couldn't go through that with anymore. Yeah. And so I knew then I had something, you know, and I just started reaching out to different peoples. I actually was in St. Louis and walked up to a lady, and I saw her hair. And I didn't know her, and I asked her if I can treat her for free for 3 months, and not knowing she had just completed cancer sessions. She had 13 radiations and 33 sessions, and it was due to hair loss. And she let me treat her for the 3 months, and within 6 months, she had her hair back and colored and everything from there. And then we just kept going from there.
So that's how you obviously know it was working.
Yes.
So from there, did you try to take your product and put it in a store or sell it online? Like, what was your next steps from there?
I built a website. And I do everything in-house, so self-taught to everything. Last year I won the Opportunity Summit through Hy-Vee.
That's
I won
awesome.
second place, $15,000 for that one.
So that must have made you, like, that's a good amount to put back into your business.
Yes.
And do they give you the opportunity to put your products in their store once you win?
Yes, so my products are in some Hy-Vee stores. They're in
ones?
all the ones in the Cedar Valley area, Waterloo, Cedar Falls. They're down in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids area. They're also going outside of the state of Iowa now, soon to be here in Des Moines.
That's awesome.
So Greenwood Pharmacy in Waterloo, they carry my products as well. Lisa Lou Boutiques in Mulberry and Waterloo. I have numerous barbershops, beauty salons that all carry my products as well. And we have an online store, so I ship products all over the world. So.
And if someone came to you and said, hey, they see what you're doing, they're like, hey, can you treat me for, 3 to 6 months? Is that something that you do? Or do you just give them the oils and just kind of tell them your story and how it helped you and then go from there? Or what do you do?
Because I'm not a licensed psychologist, I just pretty much, tell them, I tell them my story. I show them testimonies. I have over 4 years of testimonies out there that shows the product is helping with the cancer survivors, alopecia, eczema, dry skin, and they're all natural, so anyone can use them. I have mothers that even use them for babies for like 2 months old for cradle calf dandruff. So
have you ever thought, I wonder, could you even work with doctors as far as because I would think how people do with medical supplies and medical things, they sell them to those doctors' offices. I wonder, could you do something like that with alopecia patients?
I am hoping to. My doctors actually do use my products, and the nurses in the doctor's office. So that is something in the future, that I am looking forward to going doing.
I just think that that's an awesome story that you taught yourself how to make these products. And a lot of times some of those things, it starts that way. We're trying to treat something, we figure something out, it works for us, and then we kind of sell it to the masses. What would you say to someone who, wants to, thinking I need to get a product that's going to help, whether it's their skin or, their hair or something like that? What are some things that they should start off with?
Natural products are always best. They heal within. And like I said, my products are all natural. There's no chemicals or coloring. So you want something that's going to actually, you don't want to have to keep using it and using it and using it before you're seeing results. I use a great quality. I use a quality A in my products. So therefore, you're going to see those results within that first to second week of those products. I would just tell them, just find something that you can trust. In a lot of places, they don't put everything on the labels. I actually, I put some of my products on the labels because they're patent on the trademark secret. So there are still some products on there that name, but you can see all the different testimonies, and it just shows different stories.
Is this something that you have to use for the rest of your life, or just until it's healed, or do you just still use it every day just to make sure that?
I just use it every day because that's all. I was just asked today about what you use on my skin, and and I just use it every day. But it's not something that you have to use in your regimen for years and years and years on to keep it going. But if you want to continue to have a healthy hair, or to just treat whatever it is, because we know alopecia is not curable, but we can treat it to still make sure that we're having healthy hair
and feel confident,
in it. I would just say just get something that you can trust, and that you're knowing what you're actually getting.
Yeah. And I think by you doing your own research, that's what allowed you to be able to trust it. So what's next for your business?
We are currently, I'm actually doing a thing here in Des Moines with Hy-Vee on the 23rd for Black History Month. So I am speaking on their panel for Black History Month.
Tell our viewers where you'll be so they can come check you out.
So it's actually virtual. It's in-house with them. So it goes out through all the Hy-Vee stores in 8 different states. So I am representing this whole Cedar Valley, Iowa area. So they selected 3 African Americans to come on for Black History Month. So the products are going to be going outside of the state to other Hy-Vee stores. They're going into other businesses, just expanding. We're just bringing awareness to it. Being a little small town in Evansdale where I live at, it's just, they don't know, and the more exposure, I'm just trying to get, more people familiar with what's going on and actually seeing those true testimonies out there.
Awesome. Well, where can our viewers find you? Like if they want to look up your website, they want some consultations or anything like that.
We have a website, it's lulitshairessences.com. My email is lulitshairessences@gmail.com. I have a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-968-5753. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram. So we love your activities on there. So come on and just, I'm always doing giveaways. I do talk on once a month. I go live and just talk about questions, Q&A, and share things, the upcoming things that's going along.
And she is very responsive, which makes it easier. Sometimes it's hard to reach people or get a hold of them. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story and sharing your products. You actually bought me some of her products, so I'm excited to use it. Anything you want to add before we close today?
Thank you for the great opportunity. I appreciate all the customers, all the support from my community and my family. And look for us because we're coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we will be back with our next guest.
Bradley, and today we are going to be introducing a new addition to the Urban Impact Show, which we're really excited about. Here at the Urban Impact Show, we like to bring others in. We have a really great team with the work that we're doing, but there's always room for more to come in. So I'd like you all to welcome Jamal Long.
How you guys doing? What's up, listening audience?
Yeah, Jamal, how are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
All right.
Just went to work this morning and got off work and rushed home, got dressed, but I'm here.
No, we appreciate that because we all know how it is to go from work then to have to get to something else. So we appreciate you being able to be here today. And so this is the opportunity I wanted to really introduce you all to our audience, letting them know that you are going to be a new addition to our show, which we're super excited for. Can you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
I am Jamal Long. I am a long-standing member here in Des Moines, Iowa. I am a family man, a husband, what else? Fitness coach, and a United States postal worker.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. I didn't know that about you. So great. So you did come from work here. So no. And when you say you have, long-standing, really citizen of Des Moines, if you're familiar with the Shades and the Longs, this is the family that Jamal represents. I remember growing up with you when we were little, attending different things for church.
That's right.
And members of your family. So your family has been a great asset to our community.
That's right.
So we're really grateful to be able to have you on the show. And one of the things that I know you are really passionate about is health. Can you just talk to the viewers about why that's so important to you?
That is important because, health is wealth. And if your health isn't good, honestly, you might not even live long. And you don't want to wait to start focusing on your health when a doctor says it's too late. So health is very important. And to be around for your kids and stuff like that. So you want to really focus on your health. And that's a big passion for me. So,
Is it really hard? I know sometimes people say, well, it's too expensive. It's too challenging to focus on my health. But are there some small things people can do to make some changes for their health?
I think really when it comes to your health, time management. Right. So finding a time when you can work out, finding something that you like. So for example, if you like to dance, get into a Zumba class, yoga, just finding something that you like to do, because there's so many things you can do to work out, and to stay fit and in shape or whatever, or healthy, I should say. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's great. We won't get too deep into it because I think that some of the future episodes that might be coming will involve you talking a little bit on health. But one of the things we do want you all to know is that next month you'll be filling in for Rob Johnson. So you're going to see Jamal here a little bit more, and you'll see about the guests that he's going to have. But what made you say yes to being on the Urban Impact Show?
Really just being young. When I was younger, I remember our parents made us do stuff, right? But after a while, you're not nervous. You're just used to it, and it's an opportunity and networking. Plus, it's a very big show, and I see some of the things that you guys got going, and I figured I'd have to take the opportunity. And take advantage of it. So.
Well, we're super excited to have you be on the show with us. And so we're looking forward to doing great work, looking forward to having you with us next month. We will have another host that we'll be introducing to you next month as well, who will be in addition to the show. And these will be hosts that you will see every so often. You might not see them every single Sunday, but they are a part of the show. So if you see them out on the street, you make sure you give them a shout out because they are a part of the Urban Impact team. So Jamal, we just want to again say welcome and thank you for being a part of what we're doing. And we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
All right.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. Thank you for hanging out with us a little bit longer. We're here just to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world. I feel like we haven't had that conversation in a long time, and there seems to be so much going on.
There was so much going on. It was like hard to pinpoint one thing, and then a lot of things were so sensitive to where it's like it's not probably a good place to talk because you don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
Or so just what's been going on?
I mean, here in our, for me in our city, let me tell you, my focus is education.
Yeah.
And so what's really been going on right now is this whole bill being portrayed as something that's going to be great for people, and we know that it's going to be devastating. Yeah, we know it's going to be devastating to people. What she has done, and y'all know who she is, but what I have to be careful because the last time I said her name, it's like
you don't want nobody calling you.
Exactly, don't call me.
What you say to woman?
You asked for words. You said what? Look, I'm just going to keep it real. From what I can see is what she has done is she has put a shiny new toy in front of people's faces, telling them that they will have the opportunity to send their kids to a private institution that 9 times out of 10 is going to deny you anyway because of the rules and standards they have in place. So they can tell you no, that's why they're private. And so now you're telling people that you're gonna get this money. Had a cousin call me, was excited about getting this money, and I said, she was like, I'm about to get this money. I'm like, how are you gonna pay for your kids to eat at school? Well, because private schools don't pay for your kids to eat. How are you going to get your kids to school? Yeah, because private schools do not transport your kids to school. What happens if your child has a learning disability and they need help? The private school does not have anything in place to be able to do that.
Children,
you know, unless they outsource it out to be able to do that.
Which is an additional expense.
Exactly. So I'm saying when you start adding up the costs, and I'm speaking, my son goes to a private school. His choice to continue to stay in as he got older, but it's not cheap to send your child to a private school. I chose private school. Yeah, I chose
$12,000 a year.
Yeah,
it's like rent every month.
Yeah, I mean, and I chose that for my child because I wanted him to have a biblical foundation. That was the choice I made, and I think people can keep choosing that. But when you're putting this in front of people,
I may send Eli and Isaiah there.
Yeah, and it's a great school. Shout out to my son's school, amazing school.
What school is
Love Grandview Christian School. They've done a really great job with him to mold him into the person that he needs to be, and they've been a buffer for me, especially for my son who doesn't have his father who's not alive. They've been a really great buffer for him and helped him through the worst of times. But I think my concern is the things that are being passed through our legislature, she's going to leave for someone to have to clean up a mess. And that's what I think we're in, is a mess.
I had a friend that go to the school board meeting, and like while she was sitting there, she was texting me like, "You got to come with me next time. This was awesome."
Oh, was
like,
that Des Moines?
Yeah,
Yes.
She said she talked to you afterwards.
Yeah,
and I mean, I think it's awesome what like they're trying to do, and I wouldn't mind going to because I've never been to a school board meeting.
Can we get the two opposing sides here to talk about this? Like, because we know that there's a certain individual who's involved in a certain situation that was really pushing for the school choice bill. And we know that there's a group of people who would vehemently be against this because it takes money away from the public schools, which is already in a struggle right now, which you know.
Right.
And for those who don't understand, 33 1/3 of your tax revenue goes towards the school board, who controls where and how the money is spent on your children's education. So whether or not you think it's important, it is, because whether you have children in the system or not, you are still affected by it.
Very much
via your tax dollars. So
so I think it's just something that we need to probably explore more. I would love to have those on opposing sides to have a healthy conversation about that.
Because you have the most educational knowledge and institutional knowledge. So if somebody on either side was to try to finesse our viewers on some stuff, you can say, well, it's actually.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, facilitating that conversation. I just think what we want to do here at the Urban Impact Show is have healthy conversations. Yeah. So we can disagree, and that is okay.
Like Kenneth and Akeo did.
Yeah,
right?
they did.
They disagreed. You know, and we had that conversation, and that conversation still continues now.
Yeah,
So,
we want people, we want to encourage healthy dialogue, and it does exist. But what we live in a world right now is where politics takes over, and it's all about the label of the party that you carry. And I'm saying, but at the end of the day, human beings should be able to sit at a table and have a healthy dialogue, and we should be able to walk away not wanting to hurt the other person because they don't agree with me, but to be able to walk out the door and say, we just see it different. Doesn't change the love I have for you.
I respect your opinion, but I did also see that they did hold like a meeting with the students and listening to like the students' opinion. And I think that that's awesome. I mean, I think with a lot of things that are going on in the community, it starts with them and listening to, I guess, what they're going on. I assume that that's like their goal, to kind of just hear what the students have to say and maybe plan from there.
I think one thing we're going to do as we bring in the high school students for their own show is to talk about how they feel, what they're going through in the moments, because with the tragedy that took place here in this city, these boys played sports with these boys. You know, these boys knew these boys, and so, you know, when we spoke at North, Hoover, and then at the Juvenile Detention Center all in one weekend, we spoke about this, and all of those kids were affected by that situation, which then turns around and leads into funding for our schools on counselors, and then education is suffered, grades are suffered from moments that they are trying to heal from and recover from, and so, boy, it's a lot. It's all packed on in there.
It's very heavy, and so I am a huge proponent for listening to people, because I don't think we listen to people enough. Rather they're young people, rather older people. We need to have our conversation for dialogue, but I'm also a huge proponent of educating people. So what we do is we have these conversations about what people want to see in schools, or people get on this thing about people aren't doing their jobs. But I think people also need to be educating and knowing, what is the role of your school board member? What is the role of the superintendent? Why are things not able to change because of what happens at the legislature? But what we do is, and I think this is where people's frustration comes in, we sit and listen a lot, and we take all of that in, but we don't go back to report to them, I heard what you said, but let me tell you why we're not able to do this, because we're dealing with X, Y, Z. We don't have enough of those. Yeah, we don't have enough of those conversations. So what I'm hoping in the work that RJ and some of the people are doing is that we have an opportunity to educate, because there's nothing worse than having a dumping session, but then we don't lift that up in some way. The way we lift that up is then those people whoever's in charge should be able to come back to the table to say, we heard everything you had to say, but let me address why this happens here, or why this building looks like that, or why the decisions are made here, and we don't do enough of that. So I think that's healthy.
Even in my adult life, like those are things that I need,
because it's like I feel it. We feel a certain type of way, but we don't know why some of these things. But the people on the other side, they should be willing to tell us these things. Like, no, we made this decision because, you know, and because sometimes you need that to be like, okay, well, I'll leave it alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's absolutely true. So that was a great little time to talk just a little bit. And here's the thing. My guests will be coming up, and we only got like that far because there's so much to talk about. But that's why we're going to really start bolstering our community conversations every fourth Sunday of the month. I think it's important to bring people in, just like we did with people. Longer. Yeah. We're going to start taking, I think, that second half of the show and just saying, let's bring the community in to have some conversations and hear them, you know, and all the time. And I can talk for days, so, you know, that's not a problem. But I think it is important to bring in our community. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with our final guest for the Urban Impact Show. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I'm your host, Dawana Bradley. I've said that quite a few times, so you probably know who I am by now, but it just feels so good to say that every time I come back on. So welcome back. We are excited for our last guest of the day, Mr. Lance Williams Sr., who is the founder and acting president of Dads on a Mission. So welcome to the Urban Impact Show.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, no problem. So Lance, I'm really excited about the work that you're doing because you and I have had many conversations, hour-long conversations about some of your passion behind things. And I just want to preface what kind of got us to this point, or you to this point, was just having the conversation about the events that were taking place within Des Moines Public Schools.
It's still taking place.
And still taking place, yes. And you wanted to do something about it. So just share for just about a moment your passion on what made Dads on a Mission come into fruition.
Yes. As people in the community may know, I'm a father of 12 beautiful, smart children. And I guess it was really what they were going through, you know, and in connection to what other people was going through. Like I come from a two-parent home, and I gave a two-parent home to all my kids. Right. But they expressed to me, you know, that everybody don't really have that, Dad. So as I think it was an article that we talked about, you know what I'm saying, that was down south, they basically influenced Dads on a Mission to take an active role in the community and basically become that foster dad for those kids that don't have that.
Right. And why is that important for our young people today, to have someone in their lives that they can connect with or look up to?
I think it's important to the young people in general, but it's really important to our young men, because these are the people that's going to lead our community when we get older. You know, these are going to be our doctors, our lawyers, our psychiatrists, our teachers, you know, saying police officers.
Right.
So if they don't have a good, strong male role model to focus their direction, then that's half the battle lost right there.
Yeah.
So that's why we just basically stepped into the gap to not only just teach them, but to secure our future as well.
Yeah, so talk about Dads on a Mission, which you are founder and president of. Tell us just a little bit about what the organization is and what you hope to accomplish.
Okay, well, the organization is first a group of men, and it's open to all men, no matter what race you is, if you have what's the word I'm looking for?
You have children within the school system?
No, if you have like child...
a childlike, father-like person.
No, more like child... Endangerment.
Okay.
That's the issue. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm a little nervous.
That's okay.
But if you
you're doing a good job.
If you have like child endangerment issues, elderly abuse or something like that, then we don't want you. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if you have like a drug background maybe, and it's like about 5-10 years ago, we can use that. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these kids need to know that it's possible to change your life. So I think some of these kids keep on going down a rabbit hole, and some of them even expressed to me like, Lance, I'm too far behind. I can't catch up in school. Lance, I done did this already, and they already look at me this way. So sometimes I think they need a male or even an adult to say, look, I messed up too, but I got my life back on track. Like myself, I'm the founder and the president, and like, man, I had a history back about 20 years ago of things that I've done. And it's just to let them know that no matter what you do, if you want to change that, it's possible.
No, and I think that's really important. One thing that you say, and I agree with this wholeheartedly, is that young men need men.
Yes.
I'm a single mother to a young man whom I love dearly, but I don't know that I can only take him so far. I can show him how to treat a woman because I'm a woman. I can show him how to do things, but there's certain things that I can't do. And I know not everybody wants to hear that. That's probably not popular, but women, there are some things that we are not able to provide for our young men. And I think that the work that you're wanting to do is so key and important. And one thing you did say, Lance, that I think I want to just reiterate is that you're looking for people to be a part of your team, even if they have a checkered past. Now, if you've got, sexual offenders, things like that, there's some things we don't want you to be a part of. But I think the fact that you are looking for men who, no matter what, can be an impact on young people's lives and show that they've turned their lives around is very important. Well, as we're starting to wrap things up, the segment goes really fast. I want you to look into that camera, and I want you to let people know how they can be a part of Dads on a Mission and how they can reach out to you if they're interested in being a part of it.
To my men out there, even some of my women, like, we're not excluding women out the process. Now, you won't have a more active role, but it'll be a supporting role. You know what I'm saying? But any men or women that want to help us out, because we can use your help, man. We got a trip coming up April 15th to Cedar Rapids. It's going to be Men Perfecting Men. And we need volunteers. So any men or women that would like to volunteer in that trip or anything else with Dads on a Mission, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page. That's Dads on a Mission, DADS space ON space A space MISSION hyphen DOM. You can go to the Facebook page and this symbol will pop up on there. Go ahead and add yourself, inbox us, we'll get you an application to you. Or you can email your requests to communitydads@gmail.com. Once again, that's communitydads@gmail.com, COMMUNITYDADS@gmail.com. And I want to say one more thing real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
When I spoke about with women joining us, just like DeWanda said, I can't, as a man, teach a lady. I could teach a young woman how to be a lady, but I can't teach you how to be a woman. So we're looking for mothers to hopefully start a Moms on a Mission, because some of these women, some of these young ladies out here, they need help too. And I just can't give them the adequate help as a man. So we're trying to start a movement. Please support and please help. Thank you.
Well, Lance, we thank you so much for being on the Urban Impact Show. You did a great job. I know we're live. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You did a great job. And I do want to encourage people to really be a part of this work that you're doing. I think it's important to uplift people in our community who are for our community, who want to do things. And I'm going to say, I'm going to preface this no matter what you've done, but I'm going to preface that lightly, because there are some things working with kids that if you have a past, you're not able to do. But I think everyone is deserving of a second chance. So Lance, thank you so much for being with me today. Again, Dads on a Mission, make sure you check them out. Make sure you get in contact with Lance to help out, support, give. We'll get it all worked out. But thank you again for being on our show. We're going to take one more break, and we will be right back with our last segment for the Urban Impact Show. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I'm not going to say my name this time because I just said it the last segment. So welcome back. We are here with our final segment of the day. It's been a really great show today. And so just want to get everyone's final thoughts. Jamal, what did you think about the show?
The show was good. I got to hear some great information, good movement going on right now. And so I just hope that everyone took the information down that they needed and that everybody gets activated and gets up and get moving towards a goal.
Yeah, thank you. Brittany, what you think?
No, I thought it was a good show, a lot of good information. I'm excited to use my hair oil that my guest gave me.
For real.
and it grows Rob's hair back. But no,
Mine too.
and Jamal.
Putting it on too.
And to get my Girl Scout cookies, I was waiting for that. Because I've seen the Girl Scouts are out and I hadn't ran into one yet, so I was happy that we had one on the show. But no, good show overall.
Yeah, no, it's been a great show, great Sunday. Excited about the work that we're going to do.
Yeah.
We are very passionate here about the Urban Impact Show, about making sure we get information out to you as accurate information as we possibly can. I think that's important. And we've got a lot of entities who are not presenting accurate information or they're providing biased information. We try our very best here. You're going to know there's some people that I really like because I'm going to just tell you. I really like the work you're doing. I really support the work that you're doing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to know it. You're not going to have to figure out if
or you're going to bring them on the show.
Exactly. So that's kind of where my bias comes in. But we do our very best, especially when we're talking about guests who have different opinions. We try not to put our opinions into that. So it's been a really great show. I'm looking forward to the work we're going to do. Again, we're going to say this every show. We need you to support the Urban Impact Show. The costs that are involved, this is a weekly show, y'all, that we're putting on every Sunday, live from 5 to 6. We do it 365 days. We very rarely take a Sunday off because we're really committed to this work. So I'm asking you all to give. And we are committed to you all. And so we will get a link up on our page where you can give. We are grateful to Des Moines Urban Experience, a nonprofit who will do the fundraising for us and make sure that the funds hit us so that we can take care of everything that we need to take care of as we continue to do this really great work. So we're going to wrap things up for today, and we will see you next week on the Urban Impact Show.
Have a good week.
Have a great week.
Yes, have a great week.